Tonight on the Hardy Boys, Arson and Old Lace.
Every time I see this headline, I can't tell you how it hurts, how futile it feels.
You sound as if you've given up hope.
That's right, Frank. It's been 6 months. Nancy is dead. I know that now. I just couldn't admit it to myself before.
Maybe when the talk show airs. It's syndicated in over 80 markets when your appeal goes out.
Maybe. I can only pray that whoever took her will see the broadcast.
Well, the station is ready to receive any calls, and they've got a direct tie-in with the police department. I don't know of anything else I can do.
It's very nice of you to have made the trip to Los Angeles with me. I'm very grateful for your company.
Do you think you could tell us what happened again?
I don't know what good it would do, Joe. The police and the federal authorities have been over everything 100 times.
They may have missed something.
I wish I believed that. All right. Nancy was working for me. She was doing surveillance on a man named Paul Keller, the president of the Delta Corporation. There was a client of mine who owned some stock in that corporation. Nancy discovered that Keller had embezzled $50,000 from him and 2 other clients. The police nailed him. He's behind bars. That's it. Nancy and I were having dinner the next night. I was paying the check. She was out in front of the restaurant. Somebody grabbed her, a man. This old Chevy screeched to a halt, and then she was gone.
Arson, I think we could make one last try to find Nancy. We could start by reviewing the evidence, what there is of it, from a fresh perspective.
Well, there's not much here, gentlemen. As far as I'm concerned, you're free to examine it. We've just switched the case over to the inactive file.
You mean this is all you have?
Well, this is anything and everything we thought might be relevant to the case. Here's the wallet that was found on the street where Miss Drew was abducted. Well, here's a notebook, a couple of reports that she must have been working on before the disappearance. But I'm afraid there just isn't anything in this stuff. Our lab in D.C. went over every item with a fine-tooth comb. Fenton Hardy's kids, huh? Say, I hear you've helped your old man solve a few cases.
Well, we've solved a few on our own.
Really? Well, you know, I've known your dad since he was in the New York PD. Fine man.
May I,
No, sure. Look through everything. Just make sure you leave it here when you go. Now, I've got a lot of other cases to attend to, so I'm going to excuse myself. You go right ahead. You feel free. But let me tell you something. She is gone. And if we can't find her, she just doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean?
What was that? No, just some general notes. Here's a design of some kind. Wait a minute, listen to this. I now know that I have only found the tip of the iceberg. It appears that all of it must have something to do with the brother. Well, Keller had a brother, didn't he?
Yeah, but they checked him out. He's a doctor or something. He lives in Minnesota.
He hasn't seen his brother in over 20 years. What have you got?
Well, it's rather light, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Didn't Carson say that the week that Nancy disappeared, they were going to New York? New York was under 8 inches of snow?
Yeah, he did.
Who would pack this to go to New York under 8 inches of snow?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe she was packing to go somewhere on a trip before she went on vacation with her father.
I think we should check it out anyway.
Well, seeing as it's the only piece of evidence we have, I think we should check it out.
Well, I guess somebody's got to go see Keller, huh?
Yeah, I'll check out the airlines.
Well, I guess I'm off to prison. Mr. Keller, I've got to talk to you. Mr. Keller.
No, Mr. Hardy. I only met this girl once, and I didn't even dislike her. I was cheating people, and she was smart enough to find me out. Now, they do not make you a trustee in this place if you're suspected of being a kidnapper. I was under indictment long before her disappearance.
I'm well aware of it.
Then why are you here?
Because I think there's more.
More what?
I think that Nancy only came across the tip of the iceberg. I think that she may have found more than what you were indicted for.
Well, that's ridiculous.
My client doesn't have to answer any of your questions. Robert Coleman, Mr. Keller's attorney. And he's not here for kidnapping.
Good, then you won't mind if I ask him a few more questions.
I mind. Goodbye, Mr. Hardy.
One more thing. Does this mean anything to you?
He has nothing more to say to you.
No, I can see that. Kind of keeps you on your toes working here, doesn't it?